The FAA Acting Administrator would like to take this opportunity to provide welcoming remarks. Thank you, Acting Administrator Nolan, for joining us today. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Angela, and then thank you. Good morning, everyone. Aviation has come roaring back from the pandemic. The growth and innovation we're seeing in the whole aerospace sector continues to just be astounding for us all. But this industry needs to recruit the next generation workforce. And this means for us reaching young people early and showing them career possibilities. Otherwise, we'll lose them to other careers. And thank you for the work that you've done to each of you, and we are well positioned to bring more young people on board. I want to thank you all for serving on this task force, and also thank the chair, for your leadership, and Angela Anderson for serving as the designated federal officer. 2 years ago, when you all came together to address the workforce shortages in the aviation industry and meet a specific purpose to encourage high school students to pursue careers in aviation and find ways for them to get the technical education and training needed, and also identify apprenticeships, mentoring, and other pathways for them to be successful. Your work has been essential. This industry needs pilots, air traffic controllers, aviation maintenance technicians, and many, many other professionals. The need was there before the pandemic. Now it is even greater, as COVID-19 hastened the retirement of many people throughout the industry. But we also need skills that we didn't need even 10 or 20 years ago. We need drone pilots, cybersecurity specialists, data analysts, and more. And we're making historic investments to strengthen aviation's infrastructure and fight climate change while creating countless jobs in the process. Indeed, this is an exciting time to be in the aerospace field. It's hard to predict exactly how this industry will evolve in the next decade. But as Abraham Lincoln once said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Because of your work, we are in a position to create a future in which we have highly skilled, diverse workforce that's ready to succeed in this dynamic sector. Because of your work, your insights and recommendations will help the aerospace community improve its career and education outreach efforts, particularly for people in underserved communities, and also look at funding opportunities to develop careers. We want the door of aviation and aerospace to be open to people from all walks of life. When we have people with different backgrounds, perspectives, and skill sets, we will be more successful. We'll make better decisions, innovate at a greater rate, and solve problems faster. At the FAA, we know that having a diverse workforce makes aviation safer. This past June, the FAA launched a media campaign titled BATC to get the word out far and wide about becoming an air traffic controller. Social media influences helped us reach millions more. We received 5 times more applications and a much more diverse applicant pool than in previous years, exceeding our own expectations. Later this year, the FAA will award a second round of workforce grants totaling $10 million to develop future pilot and aviation maintenance technicians. We've also partnered with historically Black colleges and universities and the Hispanic Association of Colleges and Universities, and we've connected with tribal nations too. The FAA runs a robust minority serving institutions intern program with about 200 students participating this year from across the nation. And we've adopted a dozen elementary schools around the country, introducing 4th graders to aerospace careers and concepts. It's essentially the whole aerospace community working together to multiply our outreach efforts and to make them more effective. Your recommendations will help us do it. Again, the FAA and the Department of Transportation deeply appreciate the countless hours you all have devoted to this task force, and we will consider your recommendations fully. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And so next we will have a video from Secretary Pete.
Hello, I want to start by thanking all of you for your service and for your work on this critical issue, especially my colleagues at FAA and our task force members from across the country and across the industry. I know many of you have been working at this for a number of years, and we are grateful. Aviation has long been central to America's economy, our history, and our own personal stories, as boarding a plane is the start of so many of our greatest adventures and most important memories. In the last year, we have been thrilled that we've reached a place where Americans again have the income and the inclination to safely take to the skies once more. But we've also been reminded that aviation workers are the most important part of aviation. And we're seeing the problems that arise when staffing levels and hiring can't keep up with demand. For the long-term good of the aviation sector, and therefore the long-term good of the American economy, we need more young people entering this field now than ever. These are good paying careers, and we want more students to get involved, including those who may not have automatically known that aviation had a place for them, students who don't always see themselves represented in aviation. There is still a lack of diversity today, and barriers to entry can be costly. We need to do more to open these doors and help a diverse range of young people walk through them all the way to the flight deck. It's an important part of how we can keep the entire industry strong and safe for decades to come. We know that the interest is out there. I've spoken to young people, including in communities of color, who are building skills and exploring careers in aviation and aerospace-related fields. It's actually been one of the best parts of this job, speaking with young people at places like the Baltimore Drone Academy, Fly Compton in Los Angeles, the Aviate Academy in Arizona, and Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School in Cleveland, to name a few. Just last week at Texas Southern University's Aviation Science Management program in Houston, I saw the passion of the students who are there ready for a bright future in this field. There are so many promising future pilots, mechanics, engineers, and others out there across the country. We're going to find them, support them, and build the pathways for them into these good-paying and important careers. Right now, America cannot leave any talent on the table if we are to succeed as a country. And I appreciate your help identifying and confronting the barriers that we need to tear down. The pandemic has created some of the most challenging moments for transportation in generations. But through the investments that we're making, using the package that the president signed in the bipartisan infrastructure law, we're also at the outset of one of the greatest opportunities for transportation in U.S. history, building up infrastructure that will serve Americans for generations to come. And young people today are going to be at the heart of all of this. We're very much looking forward to seeing your recommendations, and I again want to thank you for the work that you've done. I know, not just as a policymaker, but as a frequent flyer, that I'm going to be among those benefiting from the work you've done to help create pathways for a new generation to thrive in aviation careers, from the hangar to the desktop to the cockpit. Thank you again.